All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this Cole cast presentation. I'm still your casting host, Beef. I'm doing a little bit of a solo cast right now, a solo YOLO, if you will, because Pablo McDad is too good looking to be out on, to be in casting on a Saturday night. So he had to go out and, well, have a night on the town. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of solo right now, but damn if we do not have a hell of a match for you guys. Lions eSportsKlubb going to be taking on Too Much Sugar. tmsR, commonly ranked in the top 4, if not the top 3 of teams right now. Lions was one of the favorites going into cycle number 1, but so far have been underperforming in HoN Tour. They've made a bit of a change since their last HoN Tour cycle. You can see here, they do in fact not have Flensmeister playing. It's going to be ALG playing with Lions. How about that? ALG was the player that Flensmeister actually replaced about 9 months ago now. And so LG coming back, trying out for this one. Pee-wee has also been trying out for the spot. Maybe wasn't able to make it this weekend. Maybe Lions wanted to try something out a little bit different. But in this case, we'll see how LG is able to function in that hard carry role. And if Lions are going to be able to really stand up to tmsR right now with the power of their all-star lineup. But guys, take a look at the draft already in progress. Way up top, we do have Warbeast and Engineer being banned out in the first 2 bans. Keeper of the Forest and Lodestone being taken out as well. So 3 very strong suicide heroes. Heroes like Scout still available though, and it makes sense. We've seen Lions, they're going to be picking that one up with their 3rd overall pick. Parasite was the 1st overall pick here for the Lions. So getting some pretty strong heroes very early on. Excuse me, that was Pebbles. That was the 1st overall pick. So going for the Pebbles first. Tempest coming out here in the hands of Slicks. And Keeper of the Forest was not available, so not drafting the Keeper Forest. Tempest combination right away allowed the Scout to be coming out here. 2nd pick for Super KGE. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, I just saw something in chat that made me chuckle there for a second. But Lions, they definitely have a strong lineup here with a player like Hanskin there on Parasite. You've got a very, very strong Suicide in Jonasum Fan Scout, as well as Pebbles. Could be played by either Super KGE or ALG. Already loving this Lions roster. tmsR going for something that appears to be a lot more passive. Not going to have nearly the amount of really gotcha potential there in the mid-game. Instead, going to be going for something like this Tempest, the Master of Arms, and Wild Soul. They will, in fact, be a lot more passive. Just going to be relying on Wild Soul, getting them into that late-game stage. And with these lanes already, you pretty much know what's going on. Wild Soul is going to be soloing the lane. You're going to have Tempest that's going to be in the jungle. And so Lions can now try to tailor it around this. The Master of Arms is the only X factor here, whether or not he is going to be able to solo, whether he's going to be used as a support, whether he's going to be used as a dual lane farmer, whatnot. Not exactly sure, but don't know. What is going on? Hold on 1 second here, guys. I guess the sound was too low on the video. Oh no! I'm sorry, guys. I did not mean to have the sound too low for you. It's kind of hard when I have like 18 different sound settings going on between streaming and virtual audio cable and different headsets and my external mixer and preamp and stuff like that. Sometimes things get a little bit lost in translation, especially on those videos. So my apologies. I'm very fond of that video, the Oral Knots Bane Outtakes edition. I thought you guys might enjoy it too, especially with Pablo doing his Bane impressions. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Bubble's going to be the 4th pick here for Lions, so getting another one of their strong heroes. Now, this is going to be interesting to see how they run this Bubbles. Whether it's now going to be a Super KGE Scout or an LG Scout with a Jonasum Fan Suicide Bubbles, or if they're going to be still running that Suicide Scout with a short lane Bubbles, perhaps. In either case, they're going to finish up with a support here in just a second. Pyromancer is banned out. Aluna already picked. Torture going to be banned as well as his Engineer. They end up going for an Amphora. And now this is an aggressive Lions composition. Parasite, Pebbles, Nymphora, Bubbles. These are 4 of their signature heroes when they are going for an extremely aggressive play. So look for them to really do a lot of work in this game and for the action to be centered around where this Nymphora is going to be teleporting. If Lions can get out of the early game stage, get past, say, the first 8 to 10 minutes of the game without being significantly behind, without losing their lanes, I actually think that they're going to be in pretty good shape to go into the mid game with this aggressive lineup. On the other side over here, we'll look for a farming hero perhaps out of tmsR. Corrupted Disciple is on the board right now. Could be going for something else as well. I'm trying to look around, see what else they might try to go with. I kind of feel a Magebane right now. Like, I feel like a Magebane pick would actually put a really big wrench in the plans, but it will be a Magbus, so another farmer with an escape mechanism that's not going to be so easily ganked, but still not the Magebane. I was like, dang. But that would be so passive, just so preposterously passive. So it is going to be a Luna Magnus, most likely in the middle lane. Going to have Slicks holding it down up top. Keeper of the Forest being, or excuse me, a Tempest being played by Moon Meander. Here, going to be doing the jungle thing, and it will be a Suicide Wild Soul being played by Kazu. So going to be a decent draft here from tmsR as well. If they make it into the later stages of the game with the Farming Master of Arms and Wild Soul, they're going to be in a pretty good position themselves. So look for the mid-game aggression out of Lions eSportsKlubb to be the deciding factor, as well as the early laning stage. If tmsR can somehow overplay and get an early advantage, they're going to be in very, very good shape. But if Lions can retain even or an advantage until 10 minutes or so, they will start to get pickoffs utilizing that M4 teleport. Right now, both teams going to be making their way into the own jungle, respectively, and they will be doing a little bit of scouting, trying to figure out what exactly is going on. Da, da, da. I didn't notice that Slicks was actually in the drafter's seat here. I wonder if that actually indicates that Slicks is taking over the drafting, or if they're just sitting in a different spot. New Mike Meander, gonna be taking care of business here. You know what, guys? I've been saying I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna play a commercial right now. Screw it, man. It doesn't even work. See? It doesn't even work. Let's try this again. See? It's broken. Oh, no, it's not broken. Back to the game. Is everybody ready? No, Axron's like, I thought I was ready, but I'm not. Are there any other short commercials that I have? Are there any other short videos? I don't think so. That's it, guys. That's it. We're done. Well, they're going to go ahead and take care of that pause. I want to remind everybody at home that Sound Blaster Heroes League is going on. Southeast Asian qualifier, actually, registration still open for about another 12 hours for any of you Southeast Asian viewers at home that might be interested in playing in the Sound Blaster Heroes League SEA qualifier number 1. Details on that can be found on the CEVO site. You can check out honcast.com. There's a post on there getting teaching you how to register your team for the event, the ins and outs of the CEVO system, so make sure to check that over at honcast.com. And speaking of HoNcast.com, make sure to check that out for, of course, some news articles. There was a Diamond Division preview article. We're going to be putting up an article talking about the Southeast Asian G League playoffs that are going on this weekend. That'll be going up pretty much immediately after today's cast. And, of course, expect this week in HoNcast. A little bit later on today on the forums. There you can check up on all the new articles that we've got coming from around the world. Had coverage of SEA, CIS. We've had the international scene. We've got Soundblaster Heroes League coverage. And, of course, the new announcement of Ultimate Nighthound that have all happened this week on HoNcast.com. So check that out for, of course, upcoming broadcasts. You've got your news posts and new VODs. That'll be on the competitive section of the forums a little bit later on today. And I think we're going to be ready here. Let's get this thing started. Give it to me, announcer!
Let's get it on.
I did not time that well. I did not time... Oh, God, we're going into another pause, guys. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I know about as much of what's going on as this woman does.
Guys, I'm pulling aggro. Heal! Heal! We got this! We got this! Oh. Ah. 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 Ah.
Stop beating your hardware. Head to newegg.com for an upgrade. And for more tech videos, check out our Newegg YouTube channel.
I was on the wrong screen there for a second, guys. I was on the wrong screen! I don't know. But looks like we're good to go. Finally. Let's do it. Yay. Alright, so tmsR taking on Lions. Winner of this going to be going to the winner's bracket semifinals, securing themselves top 6 in this cycle. Both of these teams, of course, want to stay in the winner's bracket as long as possible. So look for this to be a pretty hard-fought fight. Hard-fought fight? Hard-fought battle? Hard-fought tournament? XD? People are happy about the XD right now. Parasite actually going an interesting build here with the Mark of the Novice. It's going to be the Scarab, and I guess that means he stacked some regen to somebody. Who did he stack the regen to? Not to Pebbles. Not to Nymphora. Could be to Bubbles. Yeah. Bubbles looks like he has a little bit. And Scout does not have any. So yeah, must have stacked the regen to Bubbles, or maybe bought an extra ward or something. In either case, they do have one ward down blocking the Ancients. A level 1 Ancient block. Wow, that is not something that you see every day. And then, of course, the Ward of Revelations here as well. So that, of course, is where at least some of that money went to. Blocking out the camps very, very hard. Tempest is going to be delivered a Ward of Revelation and will counter immediately. Now, he blocked his own camp with this. This is kind of a frustration thing, I think. Or a gamble that Moonmander's taking. Saying, hey, this means that we most likely have a ward that's somewhere over here. I'm going to just throw it in immediately and block it out. Now, the problem with that first one was that he blocked the Ward of Revelation with his Ward of Revelation. So he did absolutely nothing. He wasted the money purchasing that 75 gold down the drain. The second one, this one I believe is not going to block. But we'll see in just a second. And even if it does, it's still worth it. He's buying himself an earlier... Right? An earlier spawn on that by about 2 minutes or so. In either case, Moonmander is still going to be in quite a bit of frustrating trouble. Going to get a Ward of Revelation down here as well. And immediately unblocking his camp once again. This is actually doing more harm than good. Setting himself back about 90 seconds. Moon, I don't know. That seems like he's on tilt to me. So he's going to be working off of the hard and medium camps as well as the small camp now. That's what they're giving him. Now, the level 1 Ancient block is mostly so that Wild Soul is not going to be able to get over there and start doing Ancient, so that he was also not going to be able to drag the creeps into those Ancients, if that's what he opted to go for. But being that it's a Bubbles versus a Wild Soul in this bottom lane, Keizu was really never going to be going to those Ancients anyways. He's pretty much always going to be able to just farm against this Bubbles. Taking a look at the other lane matchups here, we got Magnus and Aluna in the middle lane against Pebbles and Nymphora. I'd say that Magaluna, at least once this Magnus had level 3, they're in a little bit of an advantage right here. Magnus just a little bit more of a consistent initiation, whereas Nymphora's stun can be a little bit more unwieldy. Does get the Zeal stun onto not only the hero, but the illusions as well. But Pebbles already taking the damage from both the stun and the power throw. Ba, 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 da, 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 da. Looks like Bubbles. How's he doing so far down here? LG at 9-3 as opposed to the 16-11 of Wild Soul. So the Suicide Wild Soul is going to win this lane. That's pretty much almost guaranteed, which is kind of why it's a weird matchup in my opinion. I almost rather would have seen Pebbles Nymphora in the bottom lane, and then Bubbles doing the Suicide mid. Because right here, Bubbles is pretty much never going to kill this Wild Soul, and pretty much never going to out-farm and out-CS the Wild Soul. So what is he doing? Well, not a whole lot. Parasite in a little bit of trouble as well, but does have boots himself. So not going to be in that much trouble after all. Top lane, Moonmeander was looking for a rune, but Nymphora jacked the regen rune. So Moon, he's finally got a bottle. That's nice. Still level 3 though, 4 minutes in. Being that in about 45 seconds from now is when you'd like to be level 6 on Tempest. Not exactly the perfect start for Moon by any means, but he will have access to all of his camps here by the next creep spawn. Top lane, Scout versus Master of Arms. It's a matchup that Scout actually should do okay in. 13-4 CS as opposed to the 26-6 though, as Jonas has been harassed pretty heavily. 30% of the damage done in this game has been fired from the bow of Master of Arms. So Jonas, he's doing some work for sure, but not quite able to get all the CS that he wants to, and certainly isn't going to be able to get any kills on Master of Arms anytime soon. That's going to be a charge shot. Oh, Slick's maybe suffering from a little bit of lag. That was odd right there, to say the least. RFAM forfeit? I'll check with Razzie. Hold on a second, guys. Gotta check. I'm hearing rumors that somebody forfeit, which means that Riser might be available to cast, so I might check in with him. Alrighty, back to the game at hand. I was looking for a middle lane here. Magnus sitting on 27-6 as opposed to the 26-6 of Pebbles, so very, very even in the middle lane. The experience advantage is definitely going toward the Legion team just a little bit here, mostly because of Parasite getting level 6 before Tempest, but now Magnus could be in a little bit of trouble right here. The facehug as well as the leech was already used, but Magnus trying to take cover in the steam bath. There's the chuck forward on the bear, and Parasite will finish him off with the leech. Will they get some more here? There's the Stalagmites. Chuck going to be available in 2 seconds, and Wild Soul has no boots. There's the chuck backward. Nymphora's got to be a little bit careful. Luna will get that kill, but now Pebbles has not a full combo, but at least Stalagmites in 5 seconds. We'll choose to back on up, not wanting to overextend. Power throw going to connect onto both Bubbles and Pebbles, but Lions takes the early 2-1 advantage in terms of hero kills, and Aluna being ballsy right here. Fitzky feeling very confident, saying, hey, Magnus was going to be able to help me out. Not a big problem. I wondered why actually top lane Scout in some trouble. The Elemental Void not providing a lot of damage. That was a pretty quick Elemental Void cancel from the Scout Eye that had already been dropped. So really nice job by Jonas and Fan, not only surviving, but forcing them to blow that Elemental Void cooldown. And now Wild Soul, without a bear in the bottom lane, is starting to fall a little bit behind as LG up to 270 GPM and 30 and 6 CS. Top lane Master of Arms goes down at the hands of Parasite and Scout. And this is what I'm talking about here. 8 to 10 minutes in, if Lions had the advantage or if they even remained even, they're going to have a big snowball. And at least right now, things are looking very, very good for them. Not going to be showing any signs of stopping. Got Pebbles that's, I believe, going to have some boots coming out to him pretty soon. Certainly expect him to. Hell, I would even expect maybe Steam boots to be coming out, but nothing as of just yet. And then, of course, Scout starting to get pretty big. 250 gold per minute, highest level in the game. Tied with Parasite, actually. What's flying out here? Is that not quite full Steam boots? It's an Illusion as well. And here comes a TP. This is going to be Bubbles. They're going to try to set up a kill right here. Watch for the Stalagmites. Jonas and Fan is here as well. There's the counter ward. So Stalagmites go out. There's the Electric Eye. Silence. Shell Surf, Song of the Sea. Zeal Stun not even needed. Now Pebble's going to be taking a lot of damage, but Magnus in some trouble. There's the Face Hug as well as the Leech coming out. Marksman shot. Hellfield not even needed. Lions on a roll. This is what they do. This is what they do better than almost anybody else, and that is gank, gank, gank. 5 players in the middle lane, bringing home 2 kills easy, 50% of the damage done on the tower already, and they very well could actually bring home this kill. Pebbles will probably nuke out this wave here in just a second. Now the bottom lane does go down in favor of Tempest and Wild Soul, but that's acceptable for Lions. They've still got that experience advantage, and they're going to be able to put a lot of pressure in the middle lane. I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't try to defend that, but in the end, not the biggest of deals. And I'm a little bit surprised as well that Jonas does not have completed boots. I think he might have some components of the boots, at least somewhere. Wild Soul hitting that jungle finally. Never did take advantage of the Ancients there. Is Scout gonna go grab the double damage? Yoink. Moon is salty about that one, as is Haxer, and I'm sure both of them wanting that double damage, and Jonas is just like, hey guys, this is my double damage now. Now I'm gonna go open up on somebody and hit them for 70% of their life in one combo. Pebbles continuing to farm the middle lane, though, starting to save up for that portal key. Now that he has his full core of a bottle, power supply, and boots. Up top, Tempest in some trouble. There's the 70% damage that I'm talking about. And Master of Arms not in too much trouble. Oh, the Electric Eye is not going to get the cancel on this Elemental Void. Parasite going to be trying to find a creep here. And there's double damage. Scout is going to be finishing him off. Scout should drop. Nope! Shell Surf, Song of the Sea into the kelp field. Scout's going to be able to get away, and Master of Arms will drop. Parasite can try to get out of there as well. Super KG gets the kill on the Magnus, and just like that, tmsR falls woefully behind. 5,000 experience down, 2,000 gold as well. tmsR probably going to lose a middle tower here. Pebbles will probably nuke this one out and then utilize the heavy ballista to finish this one up. There it is. Tower is going to be dead here in the next 10 seconds. Whether it's denied or not is up to tmsR and the amount of TPs they want to spend. Cliff fortification, no TPs. This tower's toast. Wild Soul still trying to find that farm on the bottom side of the map, and is the top farmer in the game, or on his team, at 300 gold per minute. Choosing to go the Ghost Marchers here on the bear. And here comes the Nymphora TP. Scout finding him, and now Wild Soul in a lot of trouble. There's going to be a Pebbles trying to find. Doesn't even need it. Just the marksman shot going to be coming, and Pebbles going to have a portal key here by about 13 minutes. As he cleans up this creep wave, and then probably one more for the PK. Let's go ahead and see here. There we go. Just extended an invitation over here. Scout maybe gonna look for an opener here. Not only soaking up the experience, but yeah, here he comes. This is gonna be trouble for Magnus. Magnus is gonna be able to get out of there, but they should be able to get the consolation kill here on Aluna. That's gonna be a marksman shot. 1, 2, 3, pew! And Aluna will drop. Magnus is gonna get another stun here, so Scout could be in some trouble. There's the electric guy's silence though, and Scout is gonna be able to get the invis off. Parasite going for an adventure. Gonna need to hop into a Hell Cannon here. And there's the Hell Cannon taking it inside of the base. That's not gonna help too much. At least taking them for a very long adventure. Gonna try to TP on out. That's not gonna happen.
You're not going anywhere.
He's all over that adventure. So Scout making sure that his team gets off to a nice rolling start, giving them the information that they needed. Pebbles got the portal key going in on the Master of Arms. Zeal Stun connects as well as the silence, and MOA is down. Beautiful bait from Pebbles and Nymphora. Hiding out in the jungle after a Nymph TP. Setting it up. Very, very well done. Pebbles going to be on the way toward his shrunken head now. You got Bubbles with a portal key. And things are looking beautiful for Lions. They want to close this one out prior to 25 minutes. Make sure that a Mock of Brilliance never, ever sees the light of day. And I think that they're pretty well on their way to doing just that. Scout detonating a bound eye, or an electric eye. So annoying. Gonna get the Abyssal Skull as well, so now gonna get even more regen, both health and mana. Just gonna continue being able to farm in awkward spots where the Hellborn team is not gonna be able to get to him. And what does the Hellborn team have going for them now? 270-ish, 280-ish GPM on both Wild Soul and Tempest. And they're probably going to get a pick here onto Pebbles. This is a bait. No Root's going to be coming out, though. Sad days. Lions just going to fall back, knowing that they've got a pretty massive advantage here. Going to wait for their next set of items or an Nymphora teleport before actually trying to generate too much more pressure. Parasite got the money for his codex. It's actually going to be the codex delivered right here. This is going to be codex plus Ghost Marchers at 15 minutes. Choosing not to disassemble the Ghost Marchers. And an interesting choice. Not necessarily one that I'm going to say is right or wrong, but not getting the codex nice and early. Instead, just making sure that he retains the mobility. I like it. Nymphora TP is available here. That's going to be Bubbles TPing to tier 2. So Lions wants to set up a defense, but not going to happen at least just yet. Double damage Pebbles is going to quickly knock down this tower. Boom. 400 damage auto attacks. And they're going to probably run the TPs into the middle lane with Nymphora TPs as well. Generate some pressure on the tier 2. That's going to be Scout being revealed here by Master of Arms. And here comes the Nymphora teleport. Kelpfield going to catch Master of Arms. Silence is there as well. Magma's channeling up the eruption, though. This is going to be a lot of damage coming in. Master of Arms is going to drop. Pebble's going to get rooted as well. There's the combo onto Magmas. Magmas going down. Big Emerald Red Lightning Sun going to be coming as well, though. That's a buyback onto both Magmas and Master of Arms. Lions eSportsKlubb, I'm not sure if they're aware of this one. Portal keys forward, though. Down goes Tempest. Wild Soul still going to be trying to go hard right here. Luna is dead as well. Zealstun going to connect, and Pebbles should be able to get out of there, no problem. They're turning it around, though. Scout going to get rooted out. Magmas getting stunned down. He is dead. That is a defensive master's call onto Magmas, but not going to be enough. MOA still in some trouble. But Lions is going to call it quits at that. 17 minutes in, a 9,000 gold lead over an 11,000 experience lead, as Lions are just absolutely massacring in this game. It's going to be a shrunken head here on Pebbles. That is Steamboot's bottle power supply portal key shrunken head on Pebbles by 18 minutes into the game. That is absurd. 500 gold per minute right here. Not unheard of farm by any means, but it's just pretty crazy. It's not like he was in a protected short lane either. He was in that middle lane, slugging it out. Having a pretty good time. That's going to be a Codex level 2 on Parasite. And he's going to continue looking for those ganks. Scout just bought something. Not exactly sure what it was. Maybe just something like a quick blade. As Nymphora and Parasite show up in the bottom lane. They want Wild Soul, but no portal key is going to be able to close the distance. So Parasite takes a consolation. Grabs a Hell Cannon as Nymphora's in a lot of trouble. Scout going to go for the Electric Eye Silence, but that's going to be it. Pebbles? Did I just hear? He wanted to have something. There's a Shrunken Head available on him. Hasn't used it just yet. There's going to be the Kelp Field, and here comes the combo. Misses the Stalagmite, so Parasite comes in, finishing off Tempest. And now it looks like Bubbles in a little bit of trouble, but instead Magma's is going to be the one that is going to drop right here. The combo coming out. I think that might do it right here. 18 minutes into this game, Lions has a lead that some might call insurmountable. I don't know if I would go that far right now, but some might. It's going to be the Sword of the High coming out for Boo Boo Bear, so needs another 1,300 gold in order to bring home that Mock of Brilliance. But until then, going to be, well, just holding on to it, getting the extra damage. We're going to try to keep the wards up here so that the Lions might be thwarted from their additional ganks, but I think it's going to take more than just a couple of wards on the bottom side of the map. Lions are a pretty dedicated crew right now. They are dedicated to killing you. And if looking to divide the taxi ride up top. Going to catch Wild Soul. He's in trouble. Combo coming out. There's the Zeal Stun as well, and Wild Soul hits the ground. Unfortunately, not going to be able to finish off that Mock of Brilliance, at least right now. Moonmander in trouble once more. This is going to be his 4th death of the game. As he drops, there's the Emerald Red Lightning Stun, but it's not going to be enough either. Stalagmites are up, and Aluna goes down. Now Master of Arms could be in some trouble. Portal Key, actually Poor Man's Portal Key forward. Bubble's going to get in there. There's the Eruption being channeled up by Magmus, but in his own filth. Axion going to be getting out of there, and that's the GG well played. It's coming out. Slicks going to call that one for his team. But 20 minutes in, the tmsR gives up game number 1. Lions eSportsKlubb. They're off to a good start in this series. And, well, 1-0 now. That's going to be the score in this one, and tmsR are going to need to win 2 in a row if they are looking to bring this one back, if they want to keep their winning streak going in the winner's bracket. Otherwise, they are going to drop into the losers and face the journey through the valley of death, and that is the losers bracket. tmsR finishing up in the top 4 in the last 2 cycles. They, of course, want to do it again, whereas Lions finishing in 5th, 6th, both of the last ones. They're not looking to go out that early this time. They want to secure top 6 by making it into the winner's bracket semifinals once more. And they're looking like they are going to accomplish that. A beautiful draft and a beautiful game there from Lions. We'll see what tmsR's got in the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Colecast coverage of HoN Tour Season number 2 with me, casting host Beef. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have Game 2 in this series with Lions up 1-0 coming up next.